Jordan, obviously another year on the coast. I think it's your fourth. The club must obviously enjoy coming here if they continue to come back each summer.
Yeah, we try to escape, I suppose, the colder weather down where we're from, but it was scorching hot when we left today. So, I mean, it's nice to come up here. The weather's pretty consistent, and the training overs that we've trained at are high quality as well. So it's nice to come away with the team just on the eve of the season and bond a little bit, but also train pretty hard.
And it's been stinking hot. I think yesterday it was a scorcher at the Dogs fan day. You'd be hoping to get some really hot days while you're here. Yeah,
the club's been really generous in scheduling our training session right in the middle of the day. So usually we train during the morning, but at 2 p.m. in the afternoon it could be quite hot. But that's part of it. I mean, train under stress and train in an environment where you're unfamiliar. So for us, it's just good to get away and have a high quality session.
A little bit different to the original training camp that they had touted for you guys?
Yeah, it is a bit different, but they both have their own purposes, I suppose. And this is probably my 7th year up here. We came here with Hawthorn as well, and every time I still love to get away and love to enjoy the atmosphere up here. And it's such a cruisy life, and on the eve of the season where things can be quite hectic, it's nice to get away.
It's interesting you brought up Hawthorn because you speak to people from that era, and many of them say coming to the coast was one of the catalysts for changing the culture and changing the training and the way you guys went on to win 3 flags. I mean, did you feel that as a player? Was there something special about coming here?
Yeah, I think there was certainly a part of it. I mean, some sides were going overseas and training at altitude, but we didn't think that was necessary at the time, and we came up here with a really good environment, high quality training facilities, and the heat was a really big benefit for us. So it's probably more mentally to get away and refresh and enjoy the surroundings of the water and also the training facilities, but certainly a big part of what our success was.
What is it about heat training that's really beneficial?
I don't know too much about it, but they call it heat adaptation, which plays a part in the body. And I know we're only up here for a week, so whether that has long-term effects, I'm not too sure. But yeah, as I said before, it's probably mentally getting away and getting to a spot on the coast where players can relax and enjoy their downtime as well as train hard.
So do things really ramp up with AFLX and the JLT sort of coming out now?
Yeah, I think so. This is probably our last week of pre-season training, and then we go into our in-season program, and guys that play AFLX will then maybe have a little bit of training on that, and then the JLT series I think is sort of 30 days away. So you start to get your head around that, but still knowing that the season proper is probably where you want to start to peak.
How does your preparation look like? Are you going to play in the AFLX or sort of JLT, or sort of manage stuff?
Yeah, I haven't spoke to Goody at the moment. I would imagine being an older player, you probably manage yourself through a little bit, and AFLX is quite new, so maybe that's a chance for the younger kids to get a run around and get some exposure. So I think the plan will be maybe to play a few JLT and then into the season proper.
How's Jack Viney plugging along? I know he was talking the other day about overcoming his off-season injuries and trying to get there for round 1. How's his training going at the moment?
Yeah, I think he's become really mature in the way that he approaches his rehab this year. He's a pretty strong-headed kind of kid, so he wants to be back as quick as he possibly can, but understands that he needs to go through the right process and tick the right boxes. But he started running last week, so that's a really good sign. And I mean, we're still probably 6 weeks away from the in-season starting, so he's got a little bit of time, and I suppose he would progress up until round 1. Whether he plays round 1 or not, I don't think that's the biggest issue. It's whether he can sustain that throughout the season.
Do you think he can get to another level this year?
Well, in his mind, absolutely. I mean, he's 23, so theoretically you don't probably hit your peak until you're sort of your mid-20s, late 20s. So he's the kind of guy that would want to improve every single year, and no doubt he cops a few bruises during the season. But yeah, he's obviously wants to improve every single season.
And have you given him any advice?
No, not really. I think I let people come to me if they want advice, but certainly around the leadership perspective, a bit of a sounding board for him. But yeah, he's probably going through a tough patch at the moment, not being out on the track and training with the guys. But he's become a little bit more patient the older he gets, which has been good.
That loss to Collingwood, obviously the last home and away game last year, does that still burn in some of the guys over this pre-season? Does that give some determination to not let that happen again?
Yeah, I think we haven't spoken about it, but certainly the way you finished the season wasn't ideal for us, and we had a chance to play finals. So it's nice to have that hurt during the pre-season, and maybe we will sort of revisit that come the season proper if we need that as motivation. But yeah, it's not the way that we wanted to end.
And you're enjoying training as a defender?
Yeah, I've loved it. you know, I suppose when you train midfield last year, you probably don't get exposed to a lot of the defenders. So it's been nice to forge some relationships with those guys, and also Jake Lever coming in has been a really integral part of that. And yeah, whether I play there, I'm not too sure, but you know, really enjoying the opportunity to get back there and a new lease on life.
Do you believe the old adage that defence wins matches? We've seen some great defensive teams win the flags in the last few years. Do you believe in that old adage?
Yeah, well, I think certainly the trend of the game is there's been a lot of focus on defence, not necessarily the back six, but a team defence. And they have to be solid in whatever they do. It's obviously the closest to goal, so you need to be on high alert. But yeah, for me, it's been eye-opening in the way they structure up, and I've really enjoyed it.